The topic we are going to share today is the invisible. Now, as we all know, the business is upside down, the graph is B, and we have not yet reached the bottom of B. The topic is very relevant because it helps us to transform the current crisis into an opportunity. Now, with this, I would like to request Mr. Rudra to start his session. But before that, let me tell you, I would like to request everybody to put it in mute mode. The session will be for 20 minutes and 10 minutes question and answers. Please put your questions in chat and I will answer it one by one. The entire session is recorded live and it will be posted on other digital platforms within 24 hours. So with this, I would like to request Mr. Rudra to please start this session. Over to you, Mr. Rudra.
Hi everyone, and thank you very much, Prasanjit. I'm so grateful to be joining you guys here. Thank you once again. I'm so excited. What I would do is possibly I would use a bit of my slides, and so that we can move fast. Okay, and what I would also do is. Initially, what I would like you to do is just take a few moments, okay? Take a few moments and I just wanted you to get a bit centered. I want you to get a bit centered. So take a few deep breaths, okay? And what you can do is inhale, hold your breath for some time, and then exhale. Do it a few times. As you inhale, take in all the freshness, all the positivity, and as you exhale all the things which is not required by your body, anything negative. As you have done it, all right. Let me start with my intent, okay? So what I would do is I would possibly share with you what is the intent of my day. What I understand from present is that we have a broad spectrum of participants, okay? And what I will do is I will share what really matters, because I understand there will be students, there will be professionals from various industries. So keeping my topic broad is, I thought, would be the best thing to do. However, I would keep those things which are very, very important and which I hopefully it will be helpful for you. Okay. At the end of the session, though, so the session will be quite short. So I am not too sure how much I will be able to share with you. In case you have any questions, I would try to address it at the end. And if I'm not able to address it at the end, what you can possibly do, in case you wish to, is get in touch with me through LinkedIn or any contacts which I'll be sharing in case you want any further clarifications. I'll be more than happy to address that. Okay. Now, what would be, today we are basically in a stage of, in a place where we have not seen a word like this ever. At least me, not in my lifetime. We are in a stage of unprecedented times. Okay. But what I also believe, this correction, though it is painful for some people, rather many people, this correction was very, very required. Okay, I believe that we can actually increase our level of consciousness in this world. In case I am hearing some noises, could someone put, is everyone on mute?
Request everyone to put it in mute mode, please. We are getting background noise.
Prasanjit, would you like to keep yourself in mute as well?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still hearing it, but I will still go on. Please put yourself on mute if you are not. So what I could still hear someone coughing. Please keep yourself on mute. Okay, now What I would say first and foremost is, as I said, that we are in a stage where we are not sure what's going on. Okay, but I see a lot of a silver lining actually beyond the clouds, and not just silver lining. I see a lot of colors. I see a lot of possibilities. That's how I look at things today, right? So what I will, and now what I choose the topics which I will cover today is, what is the nature of opportunities in the future? What is the nature of opportunities in the future which we are going to possibly see? What are the 6 ways we can actually prepare ourselves and to address these opportunities to get that invisible advantage which we possibly everyone needs? In the process, I will be also sharing a few tips which might be useful for you. But mind you, I am not going through some serious strategies because they are very, very focused. We have just on this topic, we have a 3-day program just for that, which I'm trying to basically compile it in 15 minutes. Okay. So this is basically Ray Kurzweil and Peter Diamandis. If you have heard about, they started off something called a Singularity University, and they believe, and we all know, that the world is going through a chain and exponential growth through technology. And with this technological growth, okay, we would be seeing a lot of changes in the opportunities as well. Huge amount of opportunities is going to come. Humanity will change in the next 20 years than the previous 300 years. That's what is being predicted. Okay. And the nature, and now then the question would be, what would be the nature of opportunities? If you are talking about that, what is the nature of opportunities? I'll quickly run through this. I will not spend too much time on this. Opportunity will increase. Let me put it this way. Opportunity, as I said, will increase exponentially. Now, the windows of opportunities will open and faster and close faster than ever before. So we really need to be nimble. We really need to be fast. And that's what it all matters. The opportunity will be very, very small, and there would be a few large opportunities. So we have to choose which are the sort of opportunities we'd like to choose. Would it be those small ones or the big ones or the both? So our choice makes a big difference in choosing, which sort of opportunities we would be choosing. Very important things. The value of things will change faster and faster than ever, because there will something, if you remember, if you actually recognize in today's world, there's something coming in, the value is suddenly so big, and suddenly the value is nowhere. Okay. It doesn't have any value. The most important value is life though. Okay. Then these opportunities will come from very unexpected sources we could absolutely not imagine, and these will start keeping on coming because the world is so much connected. Okay, and things are going on in a platform where the connection to unrelated things actually matters a lot. So when you are possibly looking into opportunities, expect things to happen from the unexpected. Okay. Level playing for most. It's basically a level playing ground for most of the people, because everyone has the access to similar technologies. Everyone has the access to everything. It's only how we use our own self to choose and leverage that which will all actually matter. And last but not the least, one of the major trends which I see could happen is a social impact. Working on the social impact, the focus will drift towards social impact. That's what I feel, and this would be the key driver. Now, having said this, okay, we keep on having so many messages in our WhatsApp. We keep on getting bombarded with messages from everywhere, from the news and everything. And many of us would possibly feel, hey, where are we going? You can't see anything in front of us. Or someone could see something very hazily. Some people could have choices, but there could be a paradox of choices. We could have a lot of different things happening, but we are not able to choose which one to choose from. right? And last but not the least, it's possibly somehow looking the world as a chaos. Everything is happening in the chaos. Now, about all these things, how do we take things forward? Looking at all these things, how do we take things forward? So we are just wondering what to do. Many of us are possibly wondering what to do now. See, now, one of the greatest scientists of all time, Sir Albert Einstein, actually said, no problem can be solved from the same level of thinking or consciousness that created it. I repeat, no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it, which means if you are thinking about how can I address these issues, you will possibly not be able to find out the answers unless you increase your level of consciousness or thinking. Unless you elevate yourself to a different level, it will be very difficult for you to connect and find out the solutions. So what are the 6 ways we can actually prepare the invisible advantage? First, as I said, okay, one is, first and foremost, is reinvent you, because unless you change, nothing is going to change. See, when I was in the work, I was in the corporate world for around 20 years, and then I suddenly chose one day to come out of the corporate world and do something which I had never done earlier. So I was completely lost. What do I want to do? I was not seeing clarity in front of me. So I had to go through that chaos so I can understand what is going on now for many people. Okay. So the first thing that I did was to look into myself, go inside. And as I went inside, as I asked those hard questions, who am I? What are my purpose? What is my purpose? What are my values? What are my fears which I am fearing? Once I went more, got to know that better, I realized that my clarity was coming slowly. My purpose was giving a way forward. I could see, hey, it was also telling me, hey, these are the things you don't want to do. These are the things you want to do. These are the things you don't want to do. So if you are not having a clear sense of direction, a clear sense of purpose, it's very difficult for you guys or anyone in that case to find out an answer. You might find a temporary answer, but the way the world is moving, that would not be enough. Okay, so again, you will have to go through the same cycle and that would be a bit struggle. But if you feel, how can I reinvent myself? That would be a great thing to do. The 80-20 rule actually redefined. Now, what I would suggest in this particular scenario, what you can possibly do is look at those 20% of things which actually mattered and gave you results, okay, 80% of the results to you earlier. Focus on them, look at them, whether are they still feasible? Are they looking very, very, promising? That 20%, focus on that 20% and expand it to 80%. Because 80% of your time right now should be focusing on that 20% which earlier gave you results. And now, which means that which you can really leverage moving forward. The 20% of the time, you can possibly work on various other things. So you need to redefine the 80-20 rule and look at it in a different way. Okay. The third, unlearn and relearn for you. You know, when I look back at my own life, a lot of successes I had got. But when I started moving into the space of my own purpose, okay, my own life of mission, the whole thing changed. I realized that whatever I was doing earlier really did matter. I was feeling great about myself. I was feeling great about things. So I said, hey, let me change it and unlearn a few things. So very important to unlearn, let go and embrace, because omniscience is something, earlier only people would have survived with just one skill. it's not going to happen anymore. You need to be omniscient. You need